for local news and weather. Come join us. We'll be over on Mornings on Fox 11. Hope to see you there. You've got the basketball team. You look tired, G.
Yeah, I'm tired.
The Wolfpack athletic community is in mourning. One of their own suddenly gone. Former teammates and coaches speak out about the death of Andre Clifton.
And American Airlines encounters some technical difficulty, but not with its planes. We're going to tell you why pilots couldn't take off.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good Wednesday morning, and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11 right now. 7 o'clock start of the show. Still got a lot ahead of us as we go into this Wednesday. We've got some warm temperatures as well, which is super nice. Sam, you got out yesterday to enjoy.
Can we show your sunburn just a little bit?
Oh,
Zoom
gosh,
in. Where's
Sam.
Bird when we need
Can
you, Bird?
See it? Sam.
Get your jib camera and get a
happened?
shot of
You
this real
put
quick.
sunscreen on, right?
Just hold it real
So,
quick.
no, I didn't put sunscreen on. Are we going to zoom in? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's my amazing sunburn /
What
tan.
happened?
Hey, that's a good reminder.
Oh, it's a
Throw
great
on the
reminder.
sunscreen.
I've been running outside, for the past 3 weeks, and I took the dogs on a long walk yesterday and then went running, and I got home and I'm like, man, my skin just feels hot. And then in about 30 minutes, the redness set in, and it was just something about yesterday. I don't know if the temperatures or what it was, but whew.
Yeah, that is why I
got
don't run.
sunburned.
Once again, you're going to risk injury.
Risk injury. But before yesterday, I'd been running outside, no problems. I had just, gotten a little color and I kind of liked it. But yesterday, whew, good reminder to put that sunscreen on, even if you're going to be outside for just about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Certainly was.
Especially with these clear skies that we've been having, and
Yeah.
people forget sometimes, that we
Gotta
get sunburned.
adjust.
I've never been sunburned worse than I have when I was in Tahoe. Something
yeah.
about the reflection or whatever. And ever since I got that one really bad sunburn, that's it. I slathered. The kids are like, ugh, it's like the worst thing ever. but I slathered on like in this thick.
Yeah, and Tim says the sun angle this time of year can even be more harsh. So you got to throw on that sunscreen, especially if you're going to be up in Tahoe for sure. And we have some good news to report in regards to Baltimore. Some more unrest there, but certainly wasn't anything like Monday night. We're going to tell you how a curfew worked, but we want to start locally, get you your top headlines. We wanted to tell you about a crash that may affect your morning commute. Happened right now. One lane remains closed at the intersection of Mill and Kitsky. 2-car crash here. Officials are on scene. No word on any injuries. We'll update you as soon as the lanes reopen.
As well.
Yeah, and violent riots, I should say, in Baltimore are affecting the sports world when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles and playing the Chicago White Sox this afternoon. There will be no fans allowed in the stadium. The Orioles announced the game will be closed to the public due to the ongoing situation in Baltimore. The team postponed Monday's and Tuesday's games with the White Sox due to the unrest. Major League Baseball says today's game may be the first ever played without fans. They're actually going to move the rest of the series to Florida. Fans, though, apparently can get a refund on those tickets and go to a game on a later date. But can you imagine being those two teams playing in an empty ballpark?
Absolutely bizarre. And I can see moving the times of the game into the day and letting some folks, come in, of course, go through searches and everything before they get in there. But it just seems kind of weird to me to play a Major League Baseball game without a soul in the stands. I wonder if it'll be on TV locally. You know what I mean?
A lot of that, a lot of the beginning shots that we had of the riots, I believe, on Sunday into Monday was actually right there in that area by the yard. So there's a lot of restaurants in that area. People were there drinking, having a good time, and that's where a lot of the pictures that you now see are from the very beginning in that area. So to me, it makes sense that they would close it down because can be, get quite riot-ish, if you will, or quite excited with the game. A lot of drinking in that area because of all the bars and restaurants that are right there by the yard.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's a baseball game. You know what I mean? If anything, I think baseball can bring people together for the greater good.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to see.
I mean, I would hope so. But if you think that human lives aren't enough to bring people together, what is a baseball game going to do? There are people out there who don't care about hurting other people, and so I'm not sure that a baseball game would do much for it. It'd be nice if it would, and maybe they should try it, but apparently not going to do it today. So interesting to see what's coming out of Baltimore and how things change today. Some really nice pictures, though, starting to come out of people helping out, little kids cleaning up, The Charm City that I remember, I'm starting to see now those pictures come out, which is nice to have done. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and switch gears now. Trending over on Yahoo. An apparent, get this, iPad software glitch grounded several American Airlines planes in the United States. What is iPad doing connected to? Well, I don't know. I guess it is. The airline confirmed that the issue late last night was happening. The problem was an error with the digital map used by pilots in the cockpit. They're using an app. An airline spokesperson said that more than a couple dozen flights were affected. It's still unclear which iPad app was faulty or whether the fault lies with American Airlines or maybe Apple. Interesting, right? They're using that. Well, trending over on Facebook, the Nigerian armed forces say that they have rescued 293 girls and women in the Sambisa forest, a known Boko Haram stronghold. An army spokesperson says they're not the schoolgirls that were abducted a year ago, but he adds, quote, that we stumbled on the girls and we may find more. Military officials' Twitter account says the troops captured and destroyed 3 terrorist camps in that area. Turning now to what's trending over on our Facebook page, a Pennsylvania dad is getting scolded by a school principal for allowing his 2 children to skip school for what he called an educational family vacation. Have you seen this picture floating huge on social media? According to Yahoo Parenting, Mike Rossi took his 9-year-old twins out of school and on a 3-day vacation to watch him run the Boston Marathon. Well, he says the trip was educational and thought that the 2 would get excused absences from school a few days after the family returned home. Rossi received a letter from the principal explaining the family trips are not an excused absence, no matter what educational nature they may uphold. And he says he isn't upset with the principal, but with the policy set by the school district to deal with unexcused absences. And he claims that he took the right steps to consult with his children's teacher before the vacation about makeup homework and whatnot. You've probably seen this online. If you haven't yet, you probably will here in the next couple of hours because it is the actual letter from the principal and the actual letter back. By the way, the guy who, Rossi, is a DJ. He knows a thing or two about a bit of publicity, and he's getting it for what he wrote back, saying, it's not fair. What I took my kids on, they're learning more in those 3 days on a vacation than they did in an entire year at school. It was good for them. It should be okay. Ask me on Facebook what you think about it. Should someone be able to get, kids excused from school because of a family vacation? What do you think about it? Rob writes in and says, power-hungry school that have no sense of family is the reason kids hate school and drop out. Lynn writes in and says, in schools are out of control. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Sam, over to you.
And Melissa, thank you. Well, a former Nevada athlete tragically died over the weekend at the age of 28. Former teammates and coaches trying to cope with the loss are banding together to remember their friend. Fox 11's Gianna Georgie is in studio with more. Hey, Gianna.
Good morning, Sam. The Wolfpack athletic community is mourning the loss of Mundrake Clifton, a former Nevada football player. According to sources close to his family, on Saturday, April 25th, Clifton died from an apparent heart attack while taking a shower. The defensive lineman played for the Pack from 2006 to 2009. Former teammates say this is a tough loss for the Pack family.
I was always taught, you don't question things. Everything happens for a reason. But when it happens to a good person like that, at the age of 28, just feels wrong, It scares you a little bit because, out of everyone, you want to thank him. He's a fine guy. He was just going through his normal routine, getting ready for work. He was healthy, and then, that was it.
I automatically, shed a tear. And right now, I want to shed a tear right now, but it's just mind-boggling, but God has a purpose.
The one thing I learned from all of this is just, if you feel something for someone, express it to them. Don't hesitate. Don't wait another day, another minute, another second to tell them how you feel, because, you never know when that person's going to be gone. You never know when you're going to be gone. And you don't want that person to leave without knowing how you felt about him. And that was the biggest thing I was dealing with this morning, knowing that he left without me having to express how I really felt about him, and what kind of importance he meant to me when I first got here.
So many other former Nevada teammates spoke about Clifton, posting pictures on social media, including 49ers Colin Kaepernick, Chiefs James Michael Johnson, and Broncos Brandon Marshall. Coming up in 1 hour, Clifton's friends say why their friend was called Big Grumpy and how the Pack family will stay strong.
Thank you, Gianna. Still to come on Mornings on Fox 11. A recent budget surplus shows improvements in Reno's economy. Now the big question is, where should that extra money go? We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. The city of Reno has a huge surplus, not a big problem, a surplus. And now officials have to decide what to do with it. Currently, that surplus, nearly $11 million, showing signs that the local economy is improving. There's about $112 million in outstanding debt for the city's general fund and $534 million in debt overall. Mayor Sheevy says there's still a lot of work to be done, but for the first time since the recession, money can be put into the rainy day fund. City leaders need to approve the budget year for fiscal year 2016 in May with this surplus in mind.
So it is, in essence, rolled forward into the next fiscal year because next year's budget will be $10 million more than we had anticipated if we were doing the budget last year.
The Reno City Council will hold a meeting this morning to discuss further how to spend the $10.9 million surplus. That meeting starts at 10 o'clock this morning. It is open to the public.
A downtown Reno parking garage is on the market for $10, but there's only one buyer eyeing the property. Ryan Kern joins us from downtown Reno, where city officials could vote later today to take over what's being called the fixer-upper. Good morning, Ryan.
Most people enter from the garage on the second floor and come right in to do business with us. And they're often turned off. They don't feel pride in our city. And then third, and very importantly, is that almost all new businesses park in the garage, come over to visit us. And I've heard anecdotes of people getting so turned off, they said, I don't even want to do business in Reno.
Ryan, thank you. Meanwhile, the Washoe County School Board has voted unanimously to use outside legal counsel for advice and representation. This after they allegedly violated open meeting laws earlier this month. The Washoe County School District has retained the law firm Maupin Cox and Legoy. No word yet on how much this will cost. And a familiar face has been selected as the lone finalist to lead the San Antonio Independent School District. Pedro Martinez came out on top after his main competitor withdrew his name. Martinez is the former Washoe County School Superintendent and current Superintendent in Residence for Nevada State Education Department. The president of the San Antonio District's Board of Trustees says the board will hold a final vote on May 4th.
It is now 7:16 on your Wednesday morning. While the votes are in, Sky Tavern came in second place, unfortunately, in the running to advance for to the finals for the Bell Built Grant. Only about 400 votes made the difference between first and second place. That grant would have given the nonprofit ski area $100,000 to build a summer mountain bike park there. Sky Tavern still has plans in the works to build the park. It just might take a little bit longer without the extra grant money. If you'd like to donate to help them build their park, you can find a link on our website, foxreno.com. Tim?
All right. Well, yesterday was the warmest day of the year so far for 2015 at 82 degrees. The average high this time of year, 68. Warm temperatures on the 7-day forecast. We'll have that coming up for you in just a minute. And the news doesn't stop when you leave the house. Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app for your smartphone and tablet. It's available on Apple and Android devices. Just search Fox 11 AM. We're back after this with the forecast. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. Warm temperatures for the next several days with sunny skies today and breezy conditions out there. How much of a breeze? We're talking 10 to 15, gusting to 30 by the afternoon hours today out of the southwest. Right now only at 3 miles per hour, 50 degrees the temperature at the moment, 71% humidity, and mainly sunny skies. A mild note for most of us this morning thanks to how warm it was yesterday afternoon. Still the upper 20s though in Truckee, so a little chilly there. 53 this morning in Minden and Gardnerville and 50 in Yerington. High pressure has brought us sunshine to the area. Just a couple of clouds have moved through the far northern reaches of the state. They're in north central Nevada now. They're going to continue over toward northeastern Nevada. Otherwise, we're looking at basically dry conditions for the next several days. A little bit of a cool down tomorrow, only by about 4 or so degrees. So it's not that big a cool down at all. By Friday, we're looking for just 20% chances for showers and thunderstorms in the Sierra only. The rest of us should remain mostly dry. Sunny out there for the day today. A little bit on the breezy side. Highs in the upper 70s for northeastern Nevada, upper 70s, lower 80s here in western Nevada, and 10 to 15, gusting to 30 for the wind speeds out of the southwest. Around Tahoe, look for highs in the 60s there. A gorgeous day for this time of year. The temperatures around Tahoe are actually closer to the averages for the lower elevations. So that's how warm it is out there for the day today. The average in Reno Sparks today, right in the upper 60s, and we're going for about 80 degrees instead. But again, that breeze will be out there. You'll notice a bit of a breeze during the day, 10 to 15, gusting to 30. Other than that, it's pretty quiet heading into the weekend. Ever so slightly cooler for your Thursday, 76 the high. Then back to 82 though for Friday and staying in the 80s through the weekend in Reno Sparks. 70s and 80s for Carson City all the way across the 7-day forecast, and very slight chances at 20% for showers and storms. Picks up Friday through the weekend at Lake Tahoe and in the Sierra. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Fox 11. We love celebrating local accomplishments, amazing things that are happening in our community. And joining us now is Nicole Truax, who just got her children's book published and is holding a book launch fundraiser all wrapped up in one. It's an awesome book. Nicole, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your book, right? Oh, I'm not going to touch it so we get a shot of there. Tell me about the book in general. What's it about and who's it for?
Well, this book is a children's book, but it's also an early reader. So it's dedicated to moms, but also can be used as an early reader when your child demonstrates reading readiness. Yeah. So starting at an early age and continuing probably till they're around 7.
Yeah, just a few words per each page, beautifully illustrated. By the way, a local artist did this for you, right?
Correct. Naomi's from Nevada, and she lives in Sparks, and an artist.
Yeah, and it's beautiful there. So tell me a little about why child literacy is such an important cause for you.
As an educator and as a parent, we are always seeing students enter into the schooling system that might need to work on reading readiness skills.
Yeah.
So just starting at an early age, reading to them, one of the things we assess is reading foundational skills, which include direction of how a book is read, the cover, the author, the illustrator, having those conversations with your kids at an early age, speaking and listening skills.
Yeah.
They'll demonstrate when they have those foundation skills a readiness to read earlier and success in all academics.
Yeah, and reading just that quiet time too, just in the very basics, sitting with your child for a little bit of quiet time away from all the madness, social media, TV, etc. So I love this. Tell us a little bit about a big fundraiser you're having coming up.
I'm really excited. Good friends with the owners of Men Wielding Fire. They're going to host our event. It's going to be 4 to 6 p.m. on Friday. So come join us at Men Wielding Fire. It's at their new location, which is near Sports West. And I'm donating a portion of my sales, and they're going to donate a portion of their sales back to early literacy programs at Florence Drake Elementary.
That's right. So great place to go. Get some of those nachos that they have, which are amazing, and also the book, which is also amazing, and help out a local elementary school as well. You can find out more information about the book on our website as well. Check them out. Nicole, thanks for being with us, and congratulations.
Good morning, Matt.
Hello.
Excuse me. One of these days I'm going to get over this cold. I've had it for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a cold, but luckily I don't really have a job, so I can take my time getting rid of it.
That's right. You were in sales, right?
Yeah. I used to sell for AT&T.
You like sales?
It's all right. I prefer helping people out as opposed to bilking them for money.
Sales in the industry that I'm in, computers, is like really hard because you don't know how much the person knows when they come in the door.
Yeah,
and
that's
like.
Welcome back.
That's gonna be fun.
We're also time now 7:28. We are joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, a familiar face has been selected as the lone finalist to lead the San Antonio Independent School District. Pedro Martinez came out on top after his main competitor withdrew his name. Martinez is the former Washoe County School Superintendent and current Superintendent in Resident for Nevada State Education Department. The president of the San Antonio District Board of Trustees says that the board has scheduled a final vote on May 4th. We'll keep you updated. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. A lot of sunshine to be had again today. A gorgeous day. High pressure has built in. Couple of clouds crossing the state in the far northern reaches of the state. Otherwise, those clouds will be out of here pretty soon. We are looking at a lot of sunshine again for the day. 50 in Reno and Carson City so far. A mild start to the day. 52 in Yerington, 55 in Smith Valley. Still only 28 though in Truckee, so colder there. And 36 in South Lake Tahoe. It is going to be pretty warm for the day today. 80 degrees the high in Reno Sparks. Breezy conditions though, 10 to 15, gusting to 30 miles per hour out of the southwest today. Ever so slightly cooler for tomorrow, returning to the 80s for the weekend. Those of us in the valleys, we have to wait till about Tuesday for our rain chances to get up only to 20%, but that 20% starts Friday in South Lake Tahoe and the Sierra. News 4 heads back to the Today Show. Mornings on Fox 11 continues after the break.
This affects so many people in our country, and it's something that needs to be addressed.
Calm in the streets following a mostly peaceful night of protests. Striking difference from Monday's riots. One of the very latest from Baltimore coming up. Plus,
This affects so many people in our country, and it's something that needs to be addressed.
As the highest court in our country hears arguments, people right here in Reno aired their strong opinions about same-sex marriage.
And as Nigerian officials wrestle back control of land from Boko Haram, the terrorist group, make a life-saving discovery who they found in the depths of the Sambisa forest. We'll have that story.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Wednesday morning, 7:32 now, middle of the work week, and man, has it been a crazy week news-wise, not only about the devastating earthquake that happened in Nepal on Saturday, that death toll now over 5,000, but also just crazy video, crazy pictures, and crazy moments out of Baltimore.
yeah, there's that picture that I'm sure you have, or the video that you've seen time and time again, of that mom who basically checked her son, who was out there throwing some rocks and whatnot.
Checked her son. Checked him upside the head.
That's what I'm saying, a few times.
Yeah.
She is now speaking and says, listen, I'm a single mom of 6 kids, and my son is not going to be the next one who's going to be brought down by the police or in crime or whatever it may be. And she just said, I saw him, I lost it, and that was it. I had to tell him this is not okay. And she's being a lot of controversy over her. Some people hailing her as a hero, others saying she went too far.
Yeah, I was going to say city leaders were heard yesterday saying, you know what, we need more mothers like her who are getting their kids out of the streets and keeping them away from violence like this so we can begin the healing process and get things back in order. They have a huge rebuilding in Baltimore now.
Absolutely. It's the worst riot, they're saying, from the 1968 riots when National Guard was called in that time as well. So a lot to be taken care of in Baltimore, and hopefully now that national attention is going to help them do that.
Yeah. Well, the good news, again, the streets of Baltimore were mostly quiet overnight thanks to a massive show of force from police in an effort to stem the violence that plagued the city just one day before. Ryan Nobles has the story.
Overnight, the streets of Baltimore saw minor run-ins with police, but not major clashes. More than 1,000 police officers and some 2,000 National Guard members took to the streets to enforce the overnight curfew. Their goal, return calm to the city that saw violent protests and looting the night before. Police arrested 10 people, but called the situation stable.
I get reports from the organization that we do not have a lot of activity or movement throughout the city as a whole, so the curfew is, in fact, working as the mayor had called.
The protests spread to other cities, including Ferguson, Missouri, a town no stranger to unrest. It ended in violence as 2 people were shot. Marches were also held in Chicago and New York. Meanwhile, Maryland's governor rejected criticism. He reacted too slowly in declaring a state of emergency and deploying the National Guard.
Ready, and we had the order prepared and ready to sign. As soon as the mayor called, we activated.
Amid the tension, a glimmer of hope. A young boy was seen offering water to a line of police officers in riot gear.
And again, that was Ryan Nobles reporting.
A Michigan couple is in the middle of a U.S. Supreme Court debate over same-sex marriage. Yesterday, Supreme Court justices heard arguments over Michigan's ban on same-sex marriage. April DeBauer and Jane Rousey are challenging the state's ban. Last March, a U.S. District Court judge ruled the ban unconstitutional, but an appeals court voted to uphold it. Now the Supreme Court will decide 2 issues. First, they will rule if same-sex marriage bans are constitutional, and second, if bans are legal. Are states required to recognize marriages from other states?
The Constitution promises equal protection and due process and liberty to all right now. It's not a popularity contest. The court, absolutely, it's their job to make sure that every individual's liberty and equality is protected regardless of state laws.
The Supreme Court is hearing the Michigan case along with 3 other cases from Ohio, Tennessee, and Kentucky. A ruling is not expected until June.
And as the Supreme Court heard arguments yesterday, people right here in Reno are speaking out as well. A local group that supports the LGBT community says they want Northern Nevada to be seen and heard on this issue. They held a rally yesterday, and they say that they are proud to stand up and support those for this cause.
This affects so many people in our country, and it's something that needs to be addressed. And everybody needs their equal rights to marry who they want.
Even though Nevada legalized same-sex marriage, the state could still be impacted by this decision. For instance, if a same-sex couple marries in Nevada, then moves to a state where same-sex marriage isn't legal, they are not recognized by that state as a married couple, even though they got married legally here. As of now, 36 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized the union between same-sex couples.
The first witness has taken the stand in the trial of Colorado Theater shooting suspect James Holmes. Katie Medley testified yesterday that she thought someone was pulling a prank when the gunman first entered the theater. Medley's husband was among those seriously injured in the 2012 shootings. 12 people were killed that night. Holmes faces the death penalty if convicted on all counts against him. Prosecutors say Holmes meticulously planned the movie theater attack. His attorneys say Holmes was mentally ill at the time of the shootings.
The death toll in the Nepal earthquake now reaching more than 5,000 victims. The country's prime minister says that number will likely double. This is dramatic video surfaces, an incredible story of survival here. A 27-year-old man who was stuck under the rubble for 80 hours. We're told he was forced to drink his own urine to survive and banged relentlessly on debris until he was found. Meantime, rough weather's making it hard for crews to deliver humanitarian aid to millions of victims. And the Nigerian armed forces say that they have rescued 293 girls and women in the Sambisa forest, a known Boko Haram stronghold. An army spokesperson said that they are not the schoolgirls abducted from Chibok 1 year ago, but he adds, quote, "We stumbled on the girls and we may find more." The military's official Twitter account says that the troops captured and destroyed 3 terrorist camps. A Nigerian military spokesperson says the mission there is ongoing.
Firefighters are battling a forest fire inside the Chernobyl exclusion zone. The wildfire started Saturday. Officials say it has burned about 1.5 square miles. The fire is especially difficult because there is still radioactivity in the forest. It's only about 12 miles from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster back in 1986. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Still to come, don't worry about dinner tomorrow night. We'll tell you why you need to ditch the cooking and take a night out. And if you or someone you know wants to be the next Miss Reno Rodeo, listen up. Now's your chance. Find out how you win that cowgirl trend. We'll be right back.
Kick back and watch the big wheels turn. Light up the night and let it burn till it's gone. Till it's gone.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Antonio's not talking today.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi. Are we doing an interview in this head, or did I miss something?
I don't know. As far as I know, we've got to go, but it looks like they're getting ready to do an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just a short one. I don't know.
I don't know.
Antonio, no. Are we going to be on today?
That's when we say, turn it up. Welcome back, everybody. Live look at I-80 at Sparks Boulevard. Headed eastbound there. Getting you started out on your day. A beautiful morning already. 50 degrees. We're not even at 8 o'clock yet. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Will happen in all day tomorrow. More than 50 restaurants in northern Nevada are joining the fight against HIV in Dining Out for Life. I'm joined now by Chris Fagert from Northern Nevada Hopes to tell us more about a big fundraiser going on. Chris, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Bill.
Tell us about this event. What is Dining Out for Life?
Dining Out for Life is actually a national fundraiser that's been going on for over 20 years, and this will be Hope's 5th year. And we have about 49 restaurants participating in Carson City, Reno, and Sparks, and they're all donating a portion of proceeds from the day.
Okay, now you said 49 restaurants, and you've got some big names. I was just looking at this. Again, this is happening Thursday, tomorrow, April 30th. Some great names, some great Cafe de Thai, Peg's Glorified Ham and Eggs, Rounds Bakery, Wild River Grill, Flowing Tide Pub, and there's different, it sounds like a different percentage of their proceeds.
Exactly.
Some giving away is 10%, some other as many as 50% tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, Dish and Cafe de Thai are both donating 50%,
Wow.
and the Whispering Vine is donating 100% if you order the flight.
Okay, any special activities going on at these restaurants to recognize this evening in your efforts?
Yeah, we do. We have some fun things going on. We have Photo Booth Sonoma coming up, and they'll actually be doing lots of pictures for our visitors and diners, and all sorts of fun things. You just have to get out there and visit one of the restaurants and see what's going on.
I know. I wanted to read the whole list, but there are unfortunately too many. I don't have the time to do that. So if I missed your restaurant, we can check out on our website. We've got the whole list on that, I imagine, foxreno.com. Tell us a little bit more about where does the money go and what it will be used for your organization.
This specific fundraiser is for our HIV and AIDS outreach program at Hopes. We originally opened our doors in 1997 specifically as an HIV outreach facility where we do free HIV testing, Hep C testing, and so all the proceeds from this event stay local right here at Hopes.
How is the fight going against HIV and AIDS right now?
You know, that's a great question. You know, we have about 600 current patients at Hopes in Northern Nevada, and you know, that number stays about the same. You know, we have excellent drugs now, and so people aren't dying like they used to back in the 80s. Longer. Yeah, they're living much longer, and the quality of life is much better as well. It's very expensive. I mean, prescriptions can run up to $5,000 a month for that care, and then, of course, the side effects can be very difficult as well.
All righty. Well, it's very important work that you do. We thank you for that.
Thanks,
the
Bill.
Community
Thanks
does.
For
and
us.
Again, it is tomorrow night. If we can pull up that graphic
All day.
one more time. All day.
All day.
Dining out for life. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go ahead and have 3 square meals. The 49 participating restaurants are on this website there. DOFLNV.org, also known as
Dining Out for Life.
All righty. Chris, we appreciate you coming in. Stay with us, everybody. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back on a Wednesday morning.
Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go to sleep.
So, Tony, we may not have the 840 segment either.
I'm probably going to check back in about 8:30 just to see what's going on.
Yeah. Probably sounds like we're dead.
But, I mean, just in case, I'll check back in at 8:30, but...
Okay, see you later.
Otherwise, I think I'm going to lay back down.
I think I'm going to do the same. I got some phone calls to make anyway.
Perfect.
Later. Bye.
See you.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. High pressure has built in, bringing us some warm conditions for the next several days. Sunny skies, breezy too, though, about 10 to 15 mile per hour winds gusting to 30 as that high pressure slips off to our east today. 50 degrees so far in town, a mild start out there. Only 3 mile per hour winds at the moment, expecting those to jump up a little bit later today. 71% humidity right now. Temperatures across the area, 20s to the 50s, depending on where you are. 28 in Truckee, but 56 in Minden and Gardnerville. 56 in Dayton as well, 47 in Markleeville this morning. So that high pressure has arrived. Over the last several days, we've been seeing a good amount of sunshine. Just a couple clouds are working through north central Nevada now, way up toward that border with Oregon and Idaho. They're continuing to push east. Those clouds will be out of our hair pretty soon. Just a couple showers over the border into Oregon. Most of our viewing area will be dry for the day today. That high pressure bringing us lots of sunshine and very warm temperatures too, right around the 80-degree mark in Reno Sparks today. Slightly cooler for your Thursday as a storm system comes on shore way up to our north. Then by Friday, we're watching very slight chances for some showers and storms in the Sierra, only at about 20% chances there. 15 to 20 gusting to 30 for the eastern side of the state today, but plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures well into the 70s there. 70s and low 80s for western Nevada today. 10 to 15 gusting to 30 out of the southwest today. Up around Lake Tahoe, a bit cooler up there, but still very warm for this time of year. 60s for the highs there, and southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Western Nevada upper 70s to the low 80s. Same thing up to our north, 78 instead. 80 degrees in Spanish Springs. Keep in mind the average high for Reno Sparks this time of year is in the upper 60s. We're going for 80 degrees today, a very warm one indeed. It's pretty quiet into the weekend, just those breezes today, 10 to 15, gusting to 30 miles per hour. Ever so slightly cooler for your Thursday into the mid 70s. The only real rain chance is about 20% for your Friday and into the weekend in the Sierra. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Come on, use me up until there's nothing left. Take back the night, dizzy, spinning, sweating, you can.
I think I'll probably.
Barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. She was killing me in that mini skirt. Skipping rocks on the river.
And welcome back, everyone. Here's a live look at 80 Sparks Marina to get you started on your day. Right now, 50 degrees in Reno, and wear that sunscreen if you're going to be out there today. Take it from me, who got sunburned yesterday, and someone who else likes to be outdoors a lot. We're joined now with the incredible young pro athlete who just competed in the 2015 International Canoe Federation Junior and UT3 World Championships in Brazil. Sage Donnelly. Sage, I like your fan page, and I'm like starstruck right now that you're in our studio. You are such a staple here in our community. First of all, you just got back from Brazil from the World Championship. How did it go?
This was my first year that I was old enough to compete, and I was one of the youngest competitors there, which was amazing. And I ended up 12th in canoe and 29th in kayak. So I'm pretty happy with my results.
Yeah, we're talking about in the world, and you're 14 doing that.
It's amazing, and I'm very happy to be able to represent Nevada, and hopefully more training, and in 15 months I have the next World Championship, so hopefully it'll go even better.
And let's talk about training. You have your eye on the prize for something coming up in 2020. What are your plans, and what do you hope to work up to?
Well, in 2020, there is the Olympics in Tokyo, and it actually is a very big deal because they have a new event which is women's canoe. And in the past, they've only had women's kayak, but they've had men's kayak and men's canoe.
Mhm.
So this is the first year where they'll have women's canoe. So I definitely hope to be able to either go in kayak or canoe, or hopefully both.
And that is so cool. And you are such a role model, because not only are you a fantastic kayaker, canoeer, you have type 1 diabetes, and you've been battling that since you were 3 years old. You've been competing for 12 years, or kayaking for 12 years. What is it like finding a balance between the two?
Well, I mean, every day is different. You just have to take it as it goes. I am incredibly lucky to have my Animas One Touch Ping Pump, which is waterproof, so it makes it very easy to be able to control my blood sugars when I'm kayaking and in the water, because it's one of the few pumps that can get wet and still work. And I mean, you just have to keep a good eye on it and adjust things as needed.
Yeah, and you're such an inspiration. Parents out there watching with children who may have a type 1 diabetes diagnosis. It's not something that's going to prevent them from doing great things, and you are a perfect example of that.
Thank you. I try to be. I mean, I don't think just because you have a disease that it should stop you from going after your dreams and having fun. I mean, it does make things harder, but just keep going for it and having fun.
So you haven't been home a lot recently, but
No,
you
I
always
haven't.
like to compete in the downtown Riverfest that we have, and unfortunately water level's too low for this year. Was that disappointing for you?
I'm very disappointed. I love the River Festival. It's always been my first competition to start off the year, and like I said, it's very sad. Hopefully next year we get a good snow level, but luckily they will still be having music and vendors and everything down there. So if you're around, definitely go check it out.
Yeah, so with your training that you have coming up, and getting ready in 15 months again for the next World Championships, but who's counting, right? And for the 2020, what is training like? What's a normal day for Sage?
Well, let's see. I usually wake up 7, 8 o'clock, stretches, working out like shoulder exercises, eat breakfast. Then I'll do some school. I'm homeschooled, so just kind of chill in my room and do school. Then before lunch, I'll either do like a circuit workout or go for a run. And then usually after lunch, I'll go out and try to do some type of kayaking. I mean, if I'm home, I'll just go down to the Carson River or drive up to Kentucky and work out there.
Nice. Well, we're running out of time, but we're going to get a picture together. I'm starstruck. Sage, thank you so much. We love you.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now, 7:58. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, the city of Reno has a huge surplus, and now officials have to decide what to do with it. Currently, that surplus is nearly $11 million, showing signs the local economy, yep, it's improving. There's about $112 million in outstanding debt, though, for the city's general fund, and $534 million in debt overall. Mayor Sheevy says that there's still a lot of work to be done, but for the first time since the recession, money can be put into the rainy day fund. City leaders need to approve the budget for fiscal year 2016 in May with this surplus in mind. Reedy City Council is going to hold a meeting at 10 a.m. today to further discuss how to spend that cash. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. A lot of sunshine out there again today with high pressure still in place, but that high pressure is starting to slip off to our east. So that means we'll see breezes start to pick up through the day today, about 10 to 15, gusting to 30 out of the southwest. 56 right now in Reno. Not a bad start to the day out there. 57 in Smith Valley, 45 in Southlake, and 59 in Fernley. Thanks to those warm temperatures yesterday, the overnight temperatures were not all that cold. Breezy conditions later today, 10 to 15, gusting to 30 with a high around 80, warm all the way across the 7-day forecast. News 4 will head over to the 8 o'clock hour of the Today Show, and Mornings on Fox 11 will be back after the break.
Tiffany? Yes. Okay, so we are able to chat while we're on air. Okay. I will let you know when we're actually live, but Melissa is actually saying hi now if you look at the chat box. So you're free to chat with Melissa here on our chat box. Do you see it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like they had a guest, so I just need to clarify with her real fast to make sure that means that the second see if the second segment is canceled.
A former Nevada athlete tragically passed away over the weekend. How past teammates and coaches are dealing with the loss.
And Bud Light is no longer up for whatever. How this slogan is causing a social media controversy.
Plus, one woman thought she was headed home, but instead wound up in a 24-hour nightmare. Why she and her family are asking for an apology. We're going to have these stories and much more all straight ahead for you on your Wednesday, April 29th, 2015.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11, 8:02, second hour of the show now. Got a lot still ahead of us on this hour, including, have you ever fancied yourself maybe a Reno rodeo queen, maybe your child, your daughter? Well, we've got the opportunity for you to check out how to do that now. I know you're lining up. I know you're
What do you mean I'm lining up?
shining up your crown, getting ready to go out there and do it.
Interesting story here. Yes. I just met her. I was talking to her in the break room, and she is from the town of Hawthorne. Great little town. We love it here in northern Nevada. It's about 2.5, 3 hours away from Reno. But when I first came here back in 1998, the news director at the time had me represent News 4, our sister station, in the parade through Hawthorne. And guess how old the rodeo queen was?
How?
7.
Oh.
They're 7 years old.
One of my favorite parts is to see the outfits that they wear that
Oh
are
my
all
God,
the
I love
leather and the beautiful colors and I love that.
Yeah.
I love it too.
Not just a pretty face, studying to go to law school down at UNLV. So
Ooh, good for her.
We're going to meet her in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Also, check this out. A South Jersey cat named Sprinkles has gained a noticeable amount of fame over her sizable future. Obviously had a few Sprinkles donuts. Sprinkles is a domestic short hair who weighs in at an incredible 33 pounds. If she were a regular cat, Sprinkles should be about 10 pounds. What she actually weighs is the equivalent of a human, tipping the scales at 600 or 700 pounds. That's in cat pounds, kind of like dog years. The extra large cat was too big for the county animal shelter to handle. She was eating them out of house and home, so they moved her to an SOS in a dog carrier.
Oh,
That's sad though.
yeah, that kind of makes me sad that kitty is so big like that. 'Cause you know it's not. Look at her or him walk. She's kind of waddling. That doesn't look comfortable.
Tough on the knees and the ankles, even for a cat.
Yeah, that's there's so many jokes. I'm just not going to do it. You said it right up on our tee, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to swing on that one. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending. Trending over on Yahoo this morning, the best and worst fonts to use on your resume, according to Bloomberg. Business using the font Times New Roman is basically the equivalent of wearing sweatpants to the interview. Don't do it. There was a consensus winner for the best font. Oh, gosh. Helvetica. Helvetica. Starts with an H in case you're looking for it online there. Unless you're applying for a design job, human resource professionals probably won't notice a knockoff font, but it is better to be safe than sorry. Just don't do it. Trending over on Facebook this morning, Bud Light is no longer up for whatever. A slogan on the beer bottle is being removed by the company. It read, the perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary for the night. Really? Yeah, protests quickly erupted in social media. Critics called it a poor message in the wake of public outcry over date rape in college campuses. The company would not say how many labels with the message are already out. Trending over on Twitter this morning, hashtag Bobby Christina. Singer Bobby Brown has reportedly filed for control of his 22-year-old daughter's estate. Bobby Christina Brown remains unresponsive in an Atlanta area facility after being found in a bathtub back in January. Her grandmother, aunt, and uncle currently administer her $20 million trust. They're in control of it. The trust was named to her when her mother, Whitney Houston, died. Turning now to what is trending over on our Facebook page, a New York woman took the wrong flight and ended up in Barbados. Now her family is furious and wants to know how this could happen. Azugul Hazada doesn't speak English, so she asked for assistance to board her connecting flight at JFK Airport. Somehow, she was put on the wrong flight. She had no boarding pass, but was allowed on the plane, which was bound for Barbados. Now, she had no idea where she was when the plane landed. Now, when she was asked for her papers, she explained that she was supposed to be in Rochester, New York. Her family, meanwhile, was waiting for her at the Greater Rochester International Airport. She wasn't on the plane, obviously. Her luggage made it there, but she took a major detour. Her son, who was there waiting for his mother, says this is, quote, beyond explanation, end quote, and wants to know how someone boards an international flight without a boarding pass. Family said JetBlue refunded the cost of the ticket but didn't offer a formal apology. Asking all of you on Facebook, what do you think? Should the woman take any responsibility for the mix-up? She said she needed help. Is it the airline's fault? Should they apologize? And should there be an investigation into how someone without a boarding pass slips onto an international flight? We'd love to hear what you have to say on this one. You can go ahead and hit us up on Facebook. Tell us what you think. We'll read it live on air coming up here in just about 25 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and toss it on over to meteorologist Tim Studebaker with a look at your forecast for this Wednesday. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have a beautiful day out ahead of us with very warm temperatures in our forecast. Sunny skies, too, with high pressure building in and starting to move away from the area over toward the east. That means breezes will start to pick up later on today. So as that high pressure moves east, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds gusting to 30. No, they're not out there yet. Calm winds at the moment. 56 degrees and sunny skies here in town with 55% humidity. By the afternoon, though, those winds will be picking up. 59 in Smith Valley, 58 right now in Yerington, 36 in Truckee after 28 last hour. So starting the recovery process there, and 45 in South Lake Tahoe. A couple of clouds have been streaming through far northwestern and north central Nevada. They're moving toward the east, eventually out of our area. Not too much in the way of shower activity today. Any activity should be over the state border up into Oregon and Idaho, but not too terribly far away. So not out of the question that the towns right along the border may see a quick shower, but most of us, we're looking at a sunny day and dry conditions. We'll continue to see shower chances pop up by the time we get to Friday, but they're mainly in the Sierra and only at about a 20% chance, so not a very impressive chance there at all. 78 in Elko, the high today, 78 in Battle Mountain, and 77 your high in Ely. Into western Nevada, upper 70s, lower 80s today, and southwest winds at 10 to 15, gusting to 30 miles per hour, so a little on the breezy side out there. 60s around Lake Tahoe today, and southwest winds there 10 to 15 miles per hour. Again, the western side of Nevada, though, the upper 70s, near 80 degrees in a few spots. 80 in Silver Springs, 78 today in Minden and Gardnerville. Up to our north, 79 in Gerlach, 72 for the high in Portola, and in the Truckee Meadows, we're looking for a high of about 80 degrees in Reno Sparks, with the 70s for many of the surrounding areas. Into the weekend, we are looking pretty quiet out there, not too much in the way of winds, except today, 10 to 15, gusting to 30. A little bit cooler for your Thursday, but not all that much. 70s for the highs, then 76 degrees the high. Into the 80s again by Friday and into the weekend. The very slightest chance for showers around Lake Tahoe and in the Sierra for Friday and into the weekend, only at about 20%. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be back.
You do it. That script isn't correct, so don't pay attention to it. The CG should be correct. David's changing the times right now that were inputted. Welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. The Wolfpack athletic community is mourning this week after the death of one of its own. Mondre Clifton, a former Nevada football player, died on Saturday at the age of 28. According to sources close to the family, they say he died from an apparent heart attack while taking a shower. I spoke with a few former teammates who say the news is tough to accept.
I mean, it's unreal. It's really unreal. I was always taught, you don't question things. Everything happens for a reason. But when it happens to a good person like that, at the age of 28, just feels wrong, It scares you a little bit.
I automatically, shed a tear. And right now, I want to shed a tear right now, but it's just mind-boggling.
You don't want that person to leave without knowing how you felt about him. And that was the biggest thing I was dealing with this morning, knowing that he left without me having to express how I really felt about him,
and what kind of importance he meant to me when I first got here.
When you got the call, what were you told?
My friend called me. I said hello, and she paused for a while. I was like, hello? She said, yeah, I'm here. I was like, what's up? She told me that Mondre is no longer with us. Everything kind of like slowed down. Like my breathing got really heavy, and me and her, we just sat in silence on the phone for like 2 or 3 minutes.
When you first found out, what was going through your mind?
So what was going through my mind was, how can, God take him so early? Such a good guy. But then I said, maybe he was too good for Earth.
Tell me who Mondre Clifton was to you.
Great friend, great mentor, a great motivator. Really selfless.
So he had a nickname. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, his nickname was Big Grumpy. Because on the field, man, he didn't take no prisoners, and he was grumpy all the time. Off the field, the nicest guy ever. But Big Grumpy is going to always stick with that guy.
Does a situation like this make you think about how you approach each day of your life?
Absolutely. It was a rude awakening that life is short, and you have to cherish those moments with your close friends and family.
I think this recent tragedy has kind of brought us together. A lot of us have been reaching out to each other. Hey, how you doing? How you holding up?
We definitely have lost a space, not just amongst the table, but in our hearts. But as wolves, and as wolves are with nature, his spirit is with us, and it will always run with the pack.
It's like so many things, I have no bad things to say about that guy. Like, it's no negatives, it's all positive. But I feel like he will be the staple of Nevada football.
Tough loss for the Pack. A GoFundMe account has been set up for the family. Clifton's service will be held this Friday at New First Baptist Church in San Diego. Sam?
Gianna's sad story. Thank you for that. Well, still to come here on Mornings on Fox 11. Have you ever thought, hey, I'd like to be the Reno Rodeo Queen? Well, now's your chance. We'll hear from the reigning queen who lays out what it takes. Stay with us.
Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Country girl.
What do you have coming up? What does the girl have to do to become the next Miss Reno Rodeo? Other than the evening rodeo performances, what else is happening at the Livestock Event Center during rodeo week, and how people can get more information.
Perfect.
And I don't know if we'll have time for all of these, but we'll try. And if I go like this. Take a shot, you can sip on it. Find a boy, we can dance.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a live look at downtown right now. Beautiful blue skies out there, warming up, 56 degrees. Get ready for the 80s. It will make an appearance once again today. And of course, we have to intro this segment with a little bit of country music, right? Registration is now open to apply to be the next Miss Reno Rodeo. Not only will the winner have the chance to be a part of a long-standing legacy, but she has the opportunity to serve as an ambassador to the Reno Rodeo all over the nation. And this is what this beautiful young lady has done. We're joined now by the reigning Miss Reno Rodeo, Gabby Madrasso, to tell us about the position. First of all, you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
I love the outfit. What has the past year been like, and what has been your job as Miss Reno Rodeo?
The past year has probably been one of the most phenomenal, lifetime-changing events of my life. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for young women, and it truly does change their lives. I've now got a whole new family with the Reno Rodeo, who after this year I will still be in contact with. I've made lifelong connections and friends, and I just have enjoyed the experience.
It seems like kind of fun, too. You travel around to different rodeos representing the Reno Rodeo. What has it been like doing that?
It's been amazing. You make so many connections, and you see so many people that get to come and experience Reno Rodeo. I've went everywhere from Pendleton, Oregon, to Austin, Texas, to Red Bluff, California, and everywhere in between.
Everywhere in between. And you have a little bit of time left as Miss Reno Rodeo. What do you have planned before you hand over the crown to someone else?
Yes, I hand down the crown during the last night of Reno Rodeo, and before then I'm going to do Hawthorne's Armed Forces Day Parade.
Because you're from
Hawthorne? Which is my hometown, okay. Yes, I had to support Hawthorne. And then I'm going to do Bishop Mule Days, and really fun fact, I'm going to do the chariot roping.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
So that should be fun at Mule Days. And then I'm actually going to rope in the All-Girls Invitational during the Reno Rodeo on Wednesday.
Okay.
So that should be fun.
That sounds great. And for young women out there watching this interview right now, did you ever think that looking back a year ago that you would be Miss Reno Rodeo? And can other girls have the same opportunity you have?
They can. If you put yourself out there and try, anything's possible. When I decided to run for Reno, I just wanted to make a change, and I wanted to have a positive influence on the children and the next generation of rodeo. And winning opened my eyes to so much more than I even expected. And it's really, all I can say is young girls should try it. It will take them far.
Gabby, thank you so much. We'll have all this information, too, how you can run for Miss Reno Rodeo yourself on our website, foxreno.com. For now, we'll be right back.
Turn up the radio, ain't been 2 miles down the road.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined now by Lindsay Sanford. She's the author of one of the authors that helps out with Reno Moms Blog. And there's an amazing contest that's going on right now for Mother's Day and just in general for moms. I love this idea, a bit of a spin on what you guys did for dads. Tell us a little bit about the contest. What's it about?
So we wanted to give back to moms.
Yeah.
So we're offering them a chance to enter the contest so that they can kind of start to talk about themselves in a more positive way. But they just submit a picture to our blog and talk about how wonderful they are.
Yeah, we want them to tell us why they're wonderful. And that's not something that's very easy for a lot of moms to do because it's all about the kids, what I do for my kids, what I do for da-da-da. It's about them. And just send a picture, too, which is asking a lot.
Right.
So what do they win if they're chosen?
So they win a $100 gift card to Legends. So kind of an opportunity to go shop for themselves and spend some money on themselves and hopefully not on the kids because I know how hard that is. So hopefully they'll actually go out and buy something that they want for themselves.
Yeah. What made you guys start up with this?
Well, to be completely honest, I have such a hard time talking about myself and what makes me a good mom and what makes me special. And, you know, it's so easy to compliment your children, but never yourself. And so I kind of wanted to make the moms out there talk about what they love about themselves, what makes them beautiful. Is it their patience, their honesty, their their looks, whatever they decide on, but whatever they're happy about themselves, and kind of start teaching our children that way.
And how important is that to be able to say, you know what, this is something I do like about myself, help you out with your confidence. And maybe a lot of moms hadn't really thought about this before. So even if you just don't decide to go and put your entry into the contest, I love that at least you've got women thinking about it. What is it about myself that I like? How can women enter? What do they need to know?
So go to our Facebook page and enter on the status update that's talking about the contest, and they just submit a picture of themselves and then what makes them special, what makes them beautiful. And they have to kind of say, I am beautiful, this is how, and then we're going to put it all into an album. And then we're going to have people essentially vote on what picture they like the best or what reason they like the best. And so one person will win by liking that picture, but then another person will just win randomly through submissions.
Okay, when are they going to find out if they've been chosen?
So we're going to announce the winner on Mother's Day, and then we'll actually close the entries the day before Mother's Day at 5 o'clock on Saturday.
So if people would like more information, where can they find it?
Reno Moms Blog or the Reno Moms Blog Facebook page.
And we're also going to have it on our Facebook page and our website as well. And I've said this before, when y'all have come on and want to say it again, if you haven't checked out Reno Moms Blog, you really should. Parents just in general, mom, grandparents, etc. It's a great resource. We're here locally for things that are going on not only in our area, but also some support, which we know moms need a lot. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 8:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says that it will distribute $1.1 billion to state wildlife agencies nationwide. Of that, more than $63 million are going to go to California and Nevada. The funds come from revenues generated by the hunting and angling industry. The money is going to support fish and wildlife conservation and recreation projects in the state. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. A lot of sunshine out there. High pressure has built into the area. Today, it will start to depart to the east, only so slightly, though, and that means that we'll see some breezes pick up later on today. 10 to 15, gusting to 30 out of the southwest later on today. Till then, though, we're pretty much looking at calm winds at the moment and mild temperatures this morning to start out. 56 in Reno, 57 right now in Carson City, 62 in Smith Valley, and 45 this morning in South Lake Tahoe. We're going for 80 degrees in Reno Sparks today. Breezy conditions, though, as mentioned, 10 to 15, gusting to 30. Ever so slightly cooler for your Thursday, 76 the high, back to the 80s by Friday, Saturday into the weekend. It's a pretty quiet 7-day forecast, minus the breezes today, and only some slight shower chances, 20% starting on Friday in South Lake Tahoe and the Sierra going into the weekend. News 4 will head back to the Today Show, mornings on Fox 11. We have our last half hour coming up after the break.
And, everybody needs
Sparks police are searching for two suspects who robbed a liquor store at gunpoint last night. We'll bring you the latest details on the investigation. Plus,
and, everybody needs their equal rights to marry who they want.
With same-sex marriage making national news, we're going to bring you the local reaction from around town.
And how will you explain how you may be supporting, we're going to explain, how you may be supporting a good cause without you even knowing it, simply because of what decided to wear this morning. We're going to tell you all about that. Welcome to your Wednesday, everybody. Mornings on Fox 11. Here's our final half hour.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
and hey, good Wednesday morning, middle of the work week, last half hour of the show. And man, has it been a crazy one this morning. We're going to have 6 interviews for you guys today. We've had an author in, Miss Reno Rodeo, Sage Donnelly,
kayaker,
for talking about Dine Out.
Yeah, a reminder, this is tomorrow, the 30th of April. You can dine out at as many as geez, how many
It's
restaurants?
on the back. Flip it
49.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, 49 different restaurants.
Great ones, too.
And a big percentage of the proceeds from that will go in the fight against AIDS and helping those with HIV buy some of their medications and just support them. So.
And it says in the back here how much percentage for each. I mean, we could go, there'd be too far to go through all these, but so many, all over town.
Yeah, and we've got a list of all of the participating restaurants and the percentage they're giving to this this great organization, Northern Nevada Hopes, on our website. Just head to foxreno.com.
There you go. And if you've missed any of those interviews today, they will be posted on our site later. We've also posted some pictures with all of our great folks coming in today, including this amazing author who came in.
Yeah, local artist, helped out with the illustration. Nicole Truax, she's a local author and educator, wrote this book. It's got a great story behind this book as well. Check it out there on the back page. And you can find this book and also have a great meal at the same time on Friday. She's having a book signing and a fundraising for Drake Elementary. So a lot going on here locally and even more to come. Oliver X is here to talk about even some of the other stuff that we may have missed.
Ooh,
Is there?
Feels like a Friday.
Ooh, I know, Wednesday, everybody, but he'll be up soon here with just in a bit, taking a look at some of the events going on around town. That's right. So making local headlines this morning.
Oh, it's me. Sorry. Jeez. Sometimes I just listen to you guys talk. It's just so peaceful.
You let men listen?
Love it.
Whoa.
I do. It turns into white noise at some point. Well, making local crime news this morning, Sparks police are searching for 2 suspects who robbed a liquor store at gunpoint overnight. According to police, 2 men allegedly walked into Fair Deal Liquor, that's on Sullivan Lane, about 7:30 p.m. They both had bandanas covering their face, according to investigators, and demanded money from the clerk. One suspect also had a gun. Police say that they took an unknown amount of cash before running out of the store. Now, the first suspect is described as an Hispanic male in his mid to late 20s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt, a dark baseball hat, and dark pants. The second suspect is also described as an Hispanic male in his mid to late 20s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall as well, wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt, dark colored